In this video, I'm going to explain how we calculate the area of parallelograms. Now, I like to think of parallelograms as a pushed over rectangle. So we get a rectangle, we just push it over. Now, the properties of a parallelogram are that the opposite side lengths are equal to each other, but are also parallel to each other. Now, in order to find the area of a parallelogram, we need two pieces of information. The first thing that we need is the length of the base. And we also need the height relative to the base at right angles to it. So the height at right angles relative to the base. Now, if we have these pieces of information, we find the area of a parallelogram by multiplying the base and the height together. Now, we can shorten this down by saying that the area is equal to base times height, like this. So let's look at a parallelogram such as the one I've got here and look at how we calculate the area of it. The first thing that we need to do is to identify the information that we've been given. Now, the base here is actually a shorter side. It's this 8 meters. So our base is equal to 8 meters. And our height here is relative to the base at right angles. So our height is 15 meters. Now, because the length of our base and the height are in the same units, we don't need to do any conversions here. So instead, we write down our formula to calculate the area of a parallelogram. So the area is equal to the base multiplied by the height. From here, we substitute our values for the base and the height into our formula. So this is equal to 8 multiplied by the height of 15. Now 8 times 15 is equal to 120. And then we look at our units. Our units were in meters, so this will be 120 meters squared. Therefore, our area of this parallelogram here is 120 meters squared. So to summarize, a parallelogram is like a pushed over rectangle. The opposite sides are going to be equal to each other and they're going to be parallel with each other, where it gets its name from. What we need to know is the base of the parallelogram and relative to the base at right angles, the height or the distance between the two parallel sides. When we've got that, we find it with the area is equal to the base times the height being the distance between the two parallel sides, and we identify the information of our triangle. Once we've identified the information, we make sure that the information's in the same units. If it's not, we'll need to convert it to the same units. And we substitute them, once they're in the same units, into our formula and solve for our area.